Greetings tubers, welcome to Joe Talks Tech. Some of you may be wondering, how can you compare a Qualcomm 765G chip with a Qualcomm 865 chip? But with all the other similarities between these two phones, I just want to know the difference between these two phones apart from the processor. Now let's get started with the display. The ONEPLUS NORD has a 6.44-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED panel with a 90Hz refresh rate, while the ONEPLUS 8 has a 6.55-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED panel with a 90Hz refresh rate. The ONEPLUS NORD has more pixel density when compared to the ONEPLUS 8, but the ONEPLUS 8 has a bigger form factor. In my opinion, this little bit of size difference does not matter as the quality of the displays is not compromised. Coming to the design, both the phones have the same glass sandwich design with Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the back and the front. But the ONEPLUS NORD has plastic to the sides while the ONEPLUS 8 has an aluminum frame. To the front, the ONEPLUS NORD has a dual punch hole cutout on the top left corner, while the ONEPLUS 8 has a single punch hole cutout on the top left corner for selfie cameras. Design wise, the ONEPLUS 8 has a little edge over here with the aluminum frame and a better screen to body ratio. Let's move on to the cameras. The ONEPLUS NORD has a quad camera setup on the back, while the ONEPLUS 8 has triple cameras. Both the phones have the same 48 megapixel Sony IMX586 sensor with an f1.8 aperture as the main camera sensor. The ONEPLUS NORD has an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, while the ONEPLUS 8 has a 16 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. Both the phones have similar 2 megapixel macro cameras, but the ONEPLUS NORD has an additional 5 megapixel depth sensor to the back. Coming to the front, the ONEPLUS NORD has a 32 megapixel selfie camera on the front, while the ONEPLUS 8 has a 16 megapixel selfie camera. The ONEPLUS NORD has an additional 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera to the front. Although the main camera is the same for both phones, the ONEPLUS 8 can go up to 4K 60 fps, while the ONEPLUS NORD is capped at 4K 30 fps due to the hardware limitation of the 765G. Apart from that, the ONEPLUS 8 has a better ultra wide angle camera to the back, while the ONEPLUS NORD has a dedicated 5 megapixel depth sensor to the back and a dedicated ultra wide angle camera to the front. Moving to the performance, the ONEPLUS NORD has the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G chip, while the ONEPLUS 8 has the latest and greatest Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chip. There is no argument here. The ONEPLUS 8 with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chip has a better advantage over the ONEPLUS NORD 765G chip. But the 765G chip is not a mid-range chip either. It can handle anything you throw at it. The 865 chip is the best one out there, but the 765G chip is the one you need. Moving to the battery, the ONEPLUS NORD comes with a 4115 mAh battery, while the ONEPLUS 8 comes with a 4300 mAh battery. Both the phones support fast charging up to 30 watts. The ONEPLUS 8 may have a bigger battery, but the ONEPLUS NORD 765G chip is more power efficient since its cores are clocked at lower speeds when compared to the 865G chip. So expect a similar battery performance from both the phones. Coming to the last part of the video, pricing. The ONEPLUS NORD starts at 24,999 rupees for the 6GB RAM and 64GB internal memory and goes up to 29,999 rupees for the 12GB RAM and 256GB internal memory variant. The ONEPLUS 8 starts at 41,999 rupees for 6GB RAM and 128GB internal memory and goes up to 49,999 rupees for the 12GB RAM and 256GB internal memory variant. Now the question comes to, which one is the better bang for the buck? When it comes to the best bang for the buck, obviously the choice is ONEPLUS NORD. I mean, this is the cheapest 5G phone yet in India. Of course, the ONEPLUS 8 has a bigger display, better body, a main camera that can go up to 4K 60 FPS, a slightly better ultra wide angle camera to the back, bigger battery and a better chip. But for an average customer, these things are not noticeable. And even for a high-end customer, are you willing to pay the extra 20k for these differences? There is no competition for OnePlus Nord at this price point. Personally, I think the budget phones are far better than the flagship phones. If you want to know why, watch my video of budget phones versus flagship phones from the cards. So that's my opinion. What do you think? Leave your opinion in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video and subscribe to my channel to encourage me for making more videos like this.